Breaking, a new Department of Health and Human Services report links vaccinations to a reduction of over 250,000 COVID-19 cases, a reduction of 100,000 hospitalizations, and 39,000 deaths among seniors. So a good report. This as Johnson & Johnson is asking for permission from the FDA to provide its own booster shot for its COVID-19 vaccine. A panel of advisors will be meeting next week to consider boosters for both Johnson & Johnson and Moderna. So we have Dr. Lauren Streicher here, a clinical professor at Northwestern University, to break some of this news down. Okay, first and foremost, great news from HHS, but we're seeing a lot more breakthrough cases of vaccinated people. Right. And so is this the reason why companies like Moderna and Johnson & Johnson want to join Pfizer with making sure they have a booster for those who are vaccinated just within months of getting those shots?
Well, absolutely, because what we now appreciate the fact is that these vaccinations do not last forever. Just like if you get COVID, a lot of people think you don't need to be vaccinated because you're going to have all these antibodies. It doesn't last. You know, we know a study that just came out that showed that even if you've had COVID, those antibodies only last, and that protection is maybe 3 months. So with the boosters, we're really now beginning to appreciate that they don't last forever. And at 6 months, Pfizer's efficacy, you're at about 50%. And that certainly does explain a lot of these breakthrough cases that we're seeing.
We're seeing this wave of the Delta variant, and for a lot of areas, like even the Northeast, we were just talking about yesterday that there was this rising cases, but then across the country, we're showing a rapid decline of cases. So what does all this mean? How does that add up?
Well, what this means is we've seen this before. Last time we had this few cases, we're still talking over 100,000 a day, but it was last August. People got complacent, and then there was a surge. So I think we're going to see a lot of data coming out in terms of, it looks like it's better, and then there's the surge, which is why it is still so critically important for people to get vaccinated, because when these numbers do go down, it is specifically because of people getting vaccinated. And one of the interesting things is that we are seeing an increase in vaccinations because people have to get vaccinated to keep their jobs.
Correct, yeah, and they don't want to get fired.
Right, exactly. We see people saying, oh, I've had a relative or a close friend who gets sick or dies from COVID. Okay, I'm going to get vaccinated. So these things are all contributing to the decrease in cases and the decrease in deaths. But again, we have a lot of folks who are still unvaccinated. We only have 56% of the population that's fully vaccinated. And experts say we are absolutely going to see another surge unless more folks get vaccinated.
Well, and we only have about 45 seconds here, doctor, but there are a lot of people who plan on getting together for the first time for the holidays.
Yes.
Last year completely obliterated most people's holiday plans. And not everybody is going to mandate that their relatives get vaccinated. So what is the proper guidance here?
Well, really the proper guidance is that obviously in a perfect world, you'd get together with a family that is fully vaccinated, that you're not going to be with a big crowd. You know, Dr. Fauci got a lot of flack for saying that he was contradicting the CDC and that's okay to get together with your family, and the CDC said, no, you can't. And what Dr. Fauci said that I think is so true is, wait a minute, we're 2 months off. You can't know what's going to happen in 2 months. If people continue to get vaccinated, if numbers continue to go down, yes, then you can get together and celebrate the holidays with your family. But if those vaccination numbers decline, and if people don't do everything they need to do to keep this at bay and to not get the variant, then we're going to be right back where we were last year.
But I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to revolt and just say, you know what, I don't care whether you're vaccinated or not, come over.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And then not to mention we have flu season coming up too, and that's a whole nother piece of this that's very important because the flu is also dangerous. So in addition to getting the COVID vaccine, it's critically important to get the flu vaccine, which yes, you can get at the same time, and now is the time.
All right, well, the bottom line of it is that health experts are saying we're not quite out of the woods yet.
It is not in our rearview mirror by a long stretch.
All right, Dr. Streicher, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.